Hello, Art and Design. This is our brief lecture for the week of October 12th through the 16th. So this week we're really focusing on getting this mindfulness process journal done. And I'm not going to talk much in class this week. I'm going to give you most of the floor, or most of the time to get it done. We will have a brief community building activity. I try to do that once a week on Thursday or Friday, whichever class you have. So be aware of that. That's about the only time that I'll keep you a little longer. The rest of the time I will be hanging out in the Zoom, and you are welcome to stay or leave to work on your mindfulness process journal number 3. So this week in class, this was our first mindful moment. This will be our first mindful moment, and this is our second one. If you need to check those out, if you want to look at some of the artwork. And this is our agenda for Monday and Tuesday. We'll just do some brief updates. That's about the only thing you won't get out of this video is there won't be minute to minute, daily updates in this video, but you can know the overall flow of the week from this video. And I'll try to give you as much information as I can because I usually record it on Monday morning right before class starts, just in case. After I welcome you and just do a few updates. I will say that the one update is really, I want to stress you don't have to stay. I've heard from students that in a lot of other classes you're staying too long on Zooms, and if anything, art can take you off of the computer. It can get you off of the computer because as soon as you start the point where you're doing the drawing and in this, you don't really need a computer. You can just go and draw somewhere in your house, or you can go sit outside too. So I will stick around, but if you are like, oh my gosh, I can't see another moment on my computer, then by all means, go outside away from your computer. Same thing on Wednesday. For Wednesday work, just continue working on your mindfulness process journal. At this point, you should be done with parts 1 through 3, and you should be started on part 4, which is to actually take one of your pieces and make it into something interesting, transforming it. And there's lots of good examples. I have awesome student examples from last year in the tutorial video. So that's really important. Like, if you're struggling to understand what the process journals are all about, really just go watch the tutorial videos. I really try to knock everything out and help you to understand it all in the video, but you have to watch and listen. All right. And then on Thursday and Friday, it's the same thing as Monday, Tuesday, except for, like I said, we'll be staying a little bit longer to do a little community building thing that we do usually on Thursdays and Fridays. All right, these are our objectives. Class critique. I didn't even take that out of there. Look at that. We're not doing a class critique. We're working independently on tutorials. I'm finishing completing a finished piece based on some incomplete artwork and doing a reflection. So here's a reminder for your vocabulary of what we're focusing on. We've talked about this last week, so I won't go over it too much detail this week. And this is my breakdown. I hoped everyone would like this. I added this to all of the process journal, not only the presentations that go with the process journals, but then I also added this with all of my weekly lecture videos too. So I hope that this will help you to know the layout of everything. So when it's introduced, when you should be working on it, and then the absolute last class day to finish it. And then I'll always give you some buffer days in between when it's due in the last class day and when the critique is. So you'll see, you'll have the weekend before to finish that. I'm sorry, not the weekend. So you'll have class day to work on it on Tuesday, and then you'll have your Wednesday time. You could also devote to it if you needed to, or you could start the new process journal if you were ready. Because what I'll do is I'll introduce the new process journal on the last class day of the old process journal. So you'll see that. You see that on there. PJ number 4 is introduced on that last class day. All right, so this is the to-do for the week. Process journal number 3, you don't have to worry about turning anything in this week. You can kick back, make some artwork, play with these materials that you've got. Hopefully everybody went to Huron and was able to pick up your art supplies. If not, there are some awesome art supplies waiting for you at Huron, and now they're not doing another pickup for a while, so you're going to have to contact Mr. Somerton and say, I need my stuff. If it's really a problem and nobody's responding to you, you can email me, and I will definitely advocate for you to get your stuff. Because we've got some good, there's watercolor, I think there's markers, there's colored pencils, so lots of good stuff in there. And remember, email is always best, followed by remind, and then Schoology is a dead last on me getting back to you. It's definitely not a guarantee, but if you email me or message me on remind, I am way more likely to get back to you. I just want to make that clear this week because I did have quite a few students who are still messaging me on Schoology. So yeah. All right. Have a great week. Let's see. You know what? Let me make sure I go over everything. Okay. Let me show you this too. So I also, I know I said I wouldn't change too much more, but I didn't really change that much. I just made it easier. So I took the feedback and the advice that everybody gave me from the survey that I gave you at the beginning of last week on my class, and I put it to use. So one of the things that students asked was, can you please have like a to-do list for every day? So what I did, and these are not published yet, I'm just about to publish them, but I have to wait until I post this very lecture right now. I put a list of everything that needs to happen that day in class, whatever it is you're doing. So like on Wednesdays, I'll even put what you're working on there, and then so everything will be laid out for you. Wednesdays, Thursdays, sorry. So yeah, this is the new layout. I also added a folder that has all of the process journal assignments in it, so you can easily get to them, the past and present. So it's not in the past materials folder. This is just all the process journals, and we don't have process journal number 1 in there because that one was kind of like the test one, and I wasn't running my class then like I am now, so I don't want to go back and make something again. You all have done that. It's great. If you're just joining our class for the first time, I know there's a new student this week. This is an awesome time for you to see that this process journal number 2 here, that's where I want you to start. So that one person, because I think there might be another person joining another class too, so that's why I'm just mentioning this to new people. You're going to jump in on process journal number 2 right here. Even though we're all in 3, because number 2 is super important for you. You absolutely have to have it for the semester. So you can work on that this week. Cool? All right. Let's make sure I've got everything else in here for you. Oh, one-on-ones. We're going to be starting those this week, y'all. That means that if you have not already gone to this little sign up right here, let's see. Not many people. All right. I don't know if I introduced it to you yet. So I'll probably introduce it to you at the start of class today for at least block 3 and maybe block 5 too. So you'll sign up with me. And then if you look back at this one-on-one here, it says interview questions. These are the questions I'm going to be asking you in our brief check-in. So it'll only be like 5 to 10 minutes because the blocks are 10 minutes. So what I'll do is I'll go into a breakout room and then I'll push people in and out of my breakout room to meet with you individually, and you'll wait around until your time is, and then you can go. You can still work on your artwork while you're waiting, and then you can leave if you want to after we have our check-in. So that's how that's going to go. So this is just, you don't have to fill these questions out. You don't have to do anything with them. I just made this so if you wanted to prepare, you could have a document to prepare with if you're one of those people that needs time to prepare for something like this. But I'm not looking for like fancy answers or written answers. I'm just looking for you to tell me about yourself, really, and just get to know you a little bit more. So that's all. Just a genuine conversation, but if you're a preparer, this is here for you. All right, I really think I've shown you everything that I need to show you. If you haven't already, for process journal number 3, make sure you copy these 3 slides right here. Have an awesome week.